Hi, and welcome to today's yoga session. Today, we're just going to do a nice, easy morning flow with a minor focus on the hips. So if you have tight hips, it's going to be a good one for you. All you're going to need is your mat, so roll that out, and we'll begin whenever you're ready. So today, we'll actually begin in our child's pose position. So what you're going to do is set yourself up with wide knees. Gently bring your toes together behind you, let your hips sit back towards the heels as you extend the arms forward as you relax your head down all the way. And then if you know that you're a little bit tight through the traps, open up the arms slightly into more of a V shape as you take a couple of deep breaths. Allowing your chest, your ribs, and your belly to expand with each inhale breath. Followed by a long exhale as you pull your ribs in and up towards the spine. Using each full breath in to fill yourself up, followed by a long exhale out to let everything go. Good, we'll take one more breath in and out like that. Good, and you're going to take your time to slowly slide your hands back towards you and then prop yourself up to your hands and your knees, and then gently draw your knees so that they're right underneath the hips. We're going to find our tabletop positions to find our cat-cows, our chakrafikasana. So on your next inhale, drop the belly as well as as you lift your gaze as well as your tailbone. And then your exhales to round the spine as you push the earth away. Yeah, no back and forth between these two movements. Maybe making it a little bit more dramatic as you shift the weight forward and back. Good. Maybe sitting your hips back for the inhale in cow pose. And then exhaling as you round and push forward into your cat. Good. But wherever you are, allow yourself to just get into the areas that you feel tension in, whether that's in the neck, the shoulders, your back, or your hips. And allow yourself to move through for 2 more rounds of breath. Good. One more time. Good. We'll come back into a nice neutral spine. And then we'll take our right leg back behind us as you push back into that heel, just opening up into the hamstring and as well as the calf and the ankle. Good. And we'll take one more breath here. Good. And then on the next inhale, lift the leg without tilting that hip open. So just gently guiding the leg up while keeping the right hip down. And then you're going to find your balance as you start to take your left fingertips and prop them up onto the mat as you start to lift that left arm forward. Good. Still drawing the ribs in and up towards the spine. Take a nice big inhale here as you lengthen through your arm and your leg. And then as you exhale, bring the left hand to your left as you bring your right foot to your right side. Good. Inhale again as you bring everything back to your center line. And then exhale again out to the side. One more time. Inhale center. And then exhale left and right. Good. From that left and right, you're going to bring that right foot down onto that side. And then you're going to take that left hand and reach it all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, round to the other side as you reach towards the right side of the room. Inhale again as you reach that left arm high. And then exhale again as you rotate that shoulder towards the right side of the room. Good. One more time. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, take it through. Good. Inhale, reach that left arm high. And then exhale, plant that hand back down towards the earth. We're going to walk the hand over towards the right side as you slide that right foot out towards the right so that now your hips are in your center line rather than that left leg. And then just gently come down to elbows. Take a nice big inhale as you shift your weight forward. And then a big exhale as you send your hips back. You're going to feel the big stretch as you pull it back. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale forward. Exhale, pull the hips back. Good. One more time. Inhale forward. And then exhale back. You're going to gently bring your weight back into your center between elbows and knees, and then prop yourself back up to hands. Walk your hands back to your left as you bring your left leg again to your center line. And then inhale, reach that right leg up. Boop. And then exhale, slide it all the way back behind you. Good. Keep that leg extended behind you. Take a nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring that knee to your chest as you round the spine. Good. Inhale again as you lengthen the leg. And then exhale again, knee to chest. One more time. Inhale, extend. And then exhale again, knee to chest. Good. Extend that leg all the way back behind you before gently bringing that knee back down towards the earth. Good. We'll mimic everything on the other side. Left leg pushes back to start, keeping the toes down on the ground, opening up into the back of that leg. Good. And we'll take one more breath here. Good. And then as you find your next inhale, shift the weight back to center as you slowly start to lift that leg without tilting the hip up. And then find your balance as you come up onto your right fingertips. And then as you find that balance, reach that right arm forward. Good. Take a nice big inhale here. Draw the ribs in. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand to your right, left leg to the left. Good. Inhale again, back to center. And then exhale again, open it out to the sides. Try to keep the arm and the leg high. Good. One more time. Inhale, center. And then exhale again to the outsides. Good. You're going to drop that left leg out to the left side. Good. And then you're going to take that right arm and reach it all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, lace it through. Reaching towards the left. Allowing your head to turn all the way with it. Inhale again, reach that arm high. And then exhale, take it through. And inhale one more time. And then exhale again as you sink it through. And then as you inhale, reach that arm back up high. Before exhaling and planting that hand back down towards the earth. You're going to walk your hands back to your center or walking it over towards the left side as you slide that left foot out towards the left so that now your hips are in the middle line. Come down to elbows. Take a nice big inhale here. And then exhale, pull the hips back. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. One more time. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Good. Inhale, shift the weight back forward into elbows and knees. And then come back up to hands. Walk your hands back to the center of your mat as you bring your right leg to center. And then we're going to reach that left leg up towards that left side before you slide it all the way back behind you. Good. Lengthen through the crown of your head as through the back of that heel. Take a nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, bring that knee to your chest. As you round through your spine, push the earth away. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to chest. Good. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to chest. Good. Extend that leg back one more time before you lower that knee back down towards the earth. Good. We'll walk our hands forward, and we'll walk our feet back, finding that nice long plank. Take a nice big inhale here. And then any version of a chaturanga, you could always do this on knees and just lower yourself all the way down towards the floor. Beautiful. Once you arrive, you're going to take one hand on top of the other and rest your chin on top of that. You're going to zip your legs together, and then we're going to do 5 back extensions. So on your next inhale, use your inhale to squeeze your glutes and lift everything up off the mat. And then your exhales to lower. That's 1. Inhale again, squeeze and lift for number 2. And then exhale, lower. Number 3, inhale, squeeze and lift. And then exhale, lower. Final 2, inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, lower. Good, and last one, inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower. Take your hands right back by your rib cage. And then slowly lift yourself back up to plank as you tuck your toes. And then send your hips all the way up and back into your downward facing dog. Good. Downward facing dog, just pedal your feet left and right. Opening up into the back body as we start our day. And then taking our time to slowly walk our feet forward to meet the hands. So take your time getting there. Move nice and slow. Take small steps. And then as we arrive, our hips are going to be, your feet are going to be about hip distance apart. And then you're going to inhale, find a nice big flat back halfway lift. And then exhale, find that nice big forward fold. Good. Inhale, rise all the way to the top with bent knees. as you bring yourself up to standing, reaching the arms up high. And then exhale, release the hands down by your side. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take our left foot forward, and then we're going to take our right foot back. So slowly slide our right foot back behind us, finding a lunge. But make sure that the left foot and the right foot have their own side so that there's a little bit of space so that it's a little bit easier to balance in your lunge. So once you find that, we're going to have a nice big bend in the back knee so that we can bring our hips in line with each other so we're not opening out to the side. And then once you have that left femur plugged into the hip, and then your right hip is nice and neutral and down. From here, and your hips forward. From here, then you could push that back heel back. And then the tendency here is for the ribs to flare, so draw the ribs in as you reach the arms up high. Good. There should be a nice big stretching sensation happening to the front of that right hip as you bend deeply into that left knee. Yeah, take a nice big inhale here as you reach. And then as you exhale, cactus the elbows out to the side, lift your chest up towards the sky. Good. Inhale here again as you reach the arms up, draw the ribs in. And then keep the ribs drawn in. And just lift the shoulders back as you look up. Good. One more time like that. Inhale, reach. And then again, cactus the elbows. Just keep sitting low in that lunge. Good. Inhale again as you reach the arms up high. And then we're going to slowly start to bring that back knee down towards the earth. Good. Take a nice big inhale here as you reach the arms high. Left hand is going to grab right wrist. And then exhale, take a side bend over towards the left. Okay, sit a little bit more deeply into that lunge if it feels okay to do so. Really good. One more breath here. Beautiful. Then reach the arms up high. Before you exhale and sweep the arms down as you start to straighten out that front leg, lifting the left toes up off the ground. Have your hands rest against each side of the leg as you inhale. Lengthen the spine forward, rotate your hips back, like pushing your booty back, and then from there, hinge forward towards your leg. Still breathing big. 2 more. Really good. Last one. Take your time to slowly raise the torso as you start to walk your hands forward as you bend into that knee. Good. Planting that right hand firmly as you tuck the back toe and lift the back knee up off the mat. Good. Really push back into that heel. Don't let that hip drop as you reach that left arm high. Finding that nice easy twist, take a nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, lower that hand all the way back and down behind you. Good. We'll do a couple of circles. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Good. One more time. Inhale, forward and up. And then exhale, back and down. Good. We're going to plant that hand to the outside of that left leg. Slide that right foot all the way back behind us. Allow ourselves to lower ourselves all the way down towards the floor. You could, again, always do this on knees. And then use your inhales to roll the elbows and shoulders back as you lift through the chest, upward facing or cobra. And then exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips all the way up and back into your downward facing dog. Good. Again, we're going to look forward towards the front of the mat. And then exhale, walk the feet up to meet them. Inhale, find our halfway lift, followed by our forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up to the top. Hands up, look up as you reach. And then exhale, bring the hands down to your sides. Good. We'll do that one more time. This time our right foot's going to be forward as you slide that left foot back behind you. Good. Once you find the lunge stance that works for you, you're going to bend that back knee so that it becomes easier to neutralize the hip. So instead of having the booty back, think about pushing the hips forward, right hip back, left hip forward so that they're in a one flat plane line from the front. And then from there, slowly start to push back into that heel without tilting the hips. Bend into that knee generously. Find your strength as you draw the ribs in, reach the arms up. Good. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, cactus the elbows as you lift the chest up towards the sky. Keep drawing the ribs in the best you can. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open it up. Beautiful. One more. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, open it up. Good. Inhale, reach the arms back up high. Find strength as you slowly drop that back knee down towards the earth. Right hand this time grabs left wrist as you reach that arm up towards the sky, and then take a side bend over towards the right. Good. Still sitting deep into that lunge. Engage that left glute. Good. And then inhale, come all the way back up to center. As you exhale, start to come out of that front leg as you sweep both hands back down towards the earth, straightening out that front leg, lifting the right toes up off the ground. Good. From here, again, lengthen the spine forward, push that booty back, and then exhale as you hinge forward, opening up into the back of that right leg. Deep breath still to help slow the body down. 2 more. Beautiful. Last one. Good. Take your time to gently roll your spine back up. Plant that right foot back into the mat. Plant that left hand right by it. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee up off the mat. Engage that left leg as you reach that right arm high. Take a nice big inhale here. Followed by an exhale as you swing that arm all the way back and down towards the earth. Then we'll make 2 circles. Inhale, reach the arm high. And then exhale back and down. One more time. Inhale high. And then exhale back and down. Yeah, plant that hand back down towards the earth. Send your right foot back to meet the left. Again, lower yourself down halfway. Roll over the toes as you lift through your chest in your upward dog or cobra. And then exhale, hips all the way up and back into your downward facing dog. Yeah. From here, we'll open up our feet out to the side so that the toes are facing out and the heels are facing in our downward dog. And then we're going to slowly start to walk our hands back to meet our feet so that we can find ourselves in a nice deep squat, malasana position. Good. Once you land yourself into your malasana, have your knees out nice and wide. Bring your hands out in front of you for a power stance. Roll the shoulders back as you sit up nice and tall. And then from there, actively open the knees as you lift yourself just an inch off the floor. Breathe nice and big here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a nice big breath in, and then exhale slowly, safely, make your way onto the ground. Beautiful. Once we land, we're going to have our feet bent, knees bent while bringing the feet onto our mat, bringing our hands back behind you, supporting our spine as we allow for that internal rotation, so the knee that's coming onto the inside, for just a couple moments to rock things out. And then bring your knees all the way back to center. And then you're going to take your right leg and extend it straight. Take your left ankle and hook it over the right knee and gently start to bring that right leg closer to you. But don't bring it all the way up to where you're like, I can't move. Bring it just where enough where you start feeling the stretch so that you can lift your torso up. Use your your hands to grab that right thigh and allow us to lean forward just a smidge. That'll get you out of the wrist so you don't have to lean back for this one. Flex that ankle if you're feeling anything funky in that left knee. And then again, the closer you bring your foot, the more intense it'll be. So allow yourself to breathe big as you allow yourself to settle just for a few moments here. And know that if you have sciatic pain, anything like that, this is a really good one, especially after long drives, sitting at your desk for a long time, or even traveling. It's a really good one for the hips. Let's see if we can take 4 more breaths. Really good. 2 more. And last one. Gently lean yourself back as you rest back into your hands. Slide that right foot out as you uncross that leg. Give the legs a nice big shake until we go to the other side. Right ankle is going to cross over left knee this time. Same thing. Slide that left foot closer to you until you feel like you can sit up nice and easy, and utilize both hands again around your left thigh this time to help you lean forward into the stretch. Flex that right ankle if you're feeling anything funky in that knee as you again breathe nice and big as you open up into the back of your hips. Your piriformis. Long exhales to help you release. Really good, as you allow yourself to settle for 5 more breaths. Good. Final 2 breaths on this side. Yeah, take your time to gently unwind yourself as you finish up those breaths. Slide that left foot out in front of you, uncross, and then give your legs a nice big shake. We're going to extend our legs out in front of us so that make sure that our head is going to land on the mat, and slide yourself all the way down at any pace that feels right for you. Good. Once you end up on your back, we're going to take our feet and our knees nice and wide still, and then we're going to take a couple of 90-90s on our back just to help open up into our quads a little bit. Yeah, and then we're going to bring our feet about hip distance apart onto your mat, close to the hips, as we slide our hands down by our sides and tuck our shoulders underneath. Please don't turn your head while doing the bridge. On your next inhale, we'll lift the hips up as high as you can, bring your chest up to your chin, and then taking your hands all the way up overhead and then towards the back of the room. And then as you exhale, lower the arms and the hips at the same time. Take another big inhale as you lift everything up and over, allowing the knees to keep holding in towards each other. Exhale as you lower, so you feel your outer glutes working. One more time, inhale, reach. And then again, as you exhale, lower. Okay, we'll allow our feet and our knees to go nice and wide once more, and then have both knees fall over towards the right. Okay, we'll hook our right ankle over our left knee as we lift our left arm up overhead and look over towards the right. Yeah, so there should be a big stretching sensation happening from that left shoulder all the way down to the left knee. Good, as we work to that internal rotation and open up into the quad. If that ankle hook doesn't feel good, you could always leave that ankle on the ground instead and just let gravity do the work. Again, listen to your bodies, because that will ultimately be your teacher. Good. One more breath on this side. Before you slowly bring your head back to center, as you gently lower the left arm, unhooking that ankle as you bring both knees back to center, allowing both knees this time to fall over towards the left, and we are going to hook the left ankle over that right knee. Right arm up overhead as we look towards the left to create space for that trap. Breathing still nice and big into the right side that is opening. Really good. One more. Take your time to gently release the arm down, head back to center, unhook that ankle, bring both knees to center. Yeah, gently bring both your knees into your chest as you give yourself a nice big hug and round out the spine. Making some big circles with the knees to help roll out the lower back. Make sure the circles go in the opposite direction as well. Before allowing ourselves to rest in our Shavasana, but let's do it in Supta Baddha Konasana. So bringing our soles of our feet together, allowing your knees to open up nice and wide. If you know that this one's not great for the back of your hips, you can change the position of the legs. But if it feels okay to do so, meet me right here as we allow the rest of our body to feel nice and heavy against the mat. Good, as we allow ourselves to check in with our bodies, with our minds, with our emotions. Just taking the time to acknowledge what has transpired during our short practice together. And coming to a bit greater understanding that our hips are our emotional centers. So if there's anything that we haven't let go of that is still bugging us in our hearts, this is where we might be carrying it. And just by showing up and doing a little bit of practice can help to release that tension and slowly start to let those things go. So take one last moment of silence with me, just acknowledging and noticing the thoughts that come and go. So take one last moment just to let go and be. As we take one last moment in stillness, we'll gently awaken the body by filling ourselves up with a full breath in, followed by a big exhale to let it all go. Gently wiggling through our fingers and our toes before you slowly utilize your hands to gently help close up the knees. If one last full body stretch does call to you this morning, just allow yourself to reach through the body, through your toes, and through the arms. One final time as you take notice of what feels different. Before you take your time, gently bend the knees and roll over to your favorite side, catching yourself in that comfortable fetal position to check in one last time before slowly but surely making your way up to your comfortable seat. Taking one hand over the heart and one hand over the belly. Understand that being a human is hard. Dealing with the emotions that come up in life is also difficult, but know that one of the only ways to get through that is literally to feel through it. So big feelings are okay. Reminder from me to you. Thank you so much for showing up and for allowing me to guide you in your practice today, from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you at the next one.